Welcome to Hot, where we talk about how hot it is. Excuse the fan. Actually, no, I'm not going to apologize for that. You're going to hear the fan in the background for the duration of the video because it is cooking. Before we get started to the reason y'all are here, the Georgia BCS is this week, and actually by the time that this goes up, it will be happening. And if you're watching this not on a Sunday, it happened. Good luck to everybody that joined. And speaking of the BCS, Texas was won by Roshan Ellis, pictured on the left, and they were piloting Mushoku Tensei, 8 gold bar. That was a joke. It was 8 standby Mushoku Tensei. Congratulations, and they got a certificate, the PR card, and an invitation to Worlds. Now moving on with the English news because we're basically here already. Bushiroad has heard my cries. My adult millennial cries. We are getting title cups in the English edition of Weiss Schwarz. These are sharp tournaments where you are able to enter using a single series of the game. The first one is going to be quintessential quintuplets. Well, actually, the first one was Hololive Production, but they didn't really call it a title cup, they called it the Hololive Cup. But, Quints? I don't know. I'm not gonna join that one. Peace, everyone. Okay, fine. I'll join it, and I'll show you all that laughed at 8 gold bar. More information will be given on a later date, specifically the actual dates, but that is super cool. It feels like we're getting closer to a similar game environment as the Japanese. Here is the participation PR card as well as the prizing. No word if it's going to be framed similarly to the Japanese. Speaking of Quints, it just recently came out, and you know what that means. New set in English, new update to the Errata Page. Did you know on the top had the wrong trait, and the bottom Nino said when this card is placed on stage from your waiting room, when it's supposed to be placed on stage from your hand. The last piece of English news is that I don't know who asked for these. We are getting a reprint of the trial deck of Kaguya-sama. This is most likely a result of Kaguya-sama 2 coming to English Weiss Schwarz. They're going to be silver stamps to indicate the second printing. If you are learning how to play Weiss Schwarz and you missed the initial Kaguya-sama train, then this is good for you, especially if you're a fan of Kaguya-sama, but for everyone else, this is inconsequential. For trial decks in general, Weiss Schwarz players mainly use like 1 or 2 cards from the trial deck, unless you're Hololive. And honestly, there isn't really a reason to buy a trial deck when you can just buy those 2 cards on the secondary market. Like, let's say the card is like $5, you need 2, that's $10. Trial decks are typically $20 to $25. On top of that, the bulk. Trial deck bulk is a serious pain. And again, who is this for? We are also getting a reprint of the Data Live trial deck. There are going to be silver signatures to indicate that this is a second pressing. Alright, there's some good cards in the Data Live trial deck. But again, I don't think that they're good enough to warrant a second pressing of the trial deck. So yeah. This ain't it, Chief. Going to the Japanese news, just a reminder that the Bushiroad strategy presentation is not this Tuesday, but the next Tuesday, and we will be doing a pre-stream and the main stream on those days, so it'll be really nice to have y'all on the streams. We have the information of the Bushiroad monthly magazine for October. We have the voice actor card collection PR card of Waki Azumi. It is a memory card, and here is her with her 2 dogs. Don't get me wrong, she's cute, but look at the little baby in the background. Oh my god, look at his eyes. Also, there's some Quints PR card that features all of the girls as well as Yotsuba's ankles. So I think looking at fakes is gonna have to be like a segment on this channel. We have Twitter user Nisekoi Weiss, great name by the way. They reported that there are fake cards from the new Saekano set. These are the SECs from the set, and if you haven't seen the video where I talk about the fakes, super quick, there's no texturing on the cards, the signatures are actually not stamped in these ones, and the foiling is going over the card. Not only that, but there is also origami from the new Data Live set, a series of cards from Angel Beats from throughout the series run in Weiss Schwarz, the SSPs from the second quintessential quintuplet set, and the one that is more egregious than the others, the hand-signed cards from My Team Romantic Comedy Snafu from Precious Memories. Again, I don't suggest purchasing from secondary Japanese sites such as Mercari because this is where a majority of these are being found. Sup, it's lunch. I was editing this and I got word that we are getting a Bang Dream collaboration from Lawson's. You get a bag of chips, you get a PR card. These are reprints from the older set. It's a combination of PR cards, trial decks, SSPs, and rares. So we could just add this to the list of things that we are not going to get in the English market. Also, yeah, that's Birdcage Diva. Just, yeah. Alright, now let's get on to the major information of the week. We have the release date and set distribution of Overlord 2. This set is going to be released on November 4th, and it combines both seasons 2 and 3 of the Overlord anime. There are going to be a total of 100 cards in the set and 57 parallel rares. The set distribution is on the screen right now. There are going to be a total of 36 super rares, 12 SCCs, 7 SPs, and 2 SECs. As mentioned in the previous video, the SECs are exclusive art drawn by the light novel artist Sobin. Those are the cards on the screen right now. And moving on, let's look at the SP cards of this set. Now, we did talk about all of the cards in a live stream, which I do suggest that everyone just peep out whenever I do go live. It'd be really nice to have you there. But I want to talk about the Ainz combo. Return Gift of the Goddess of the Bountiful Harvest Ainz is a level assist 500 forward. All of the black young events lose a cost in your hand, and Climax combo. When you play Ia Shub Nigurath, I hope I said that right. You can choose one of your Sorcerer King eyes, and during this turn, they gain 4k5 power and the following ability until the end of your opponent's next turn. This card cannot be chosen for card effects, and during your opponent's turn, this card and the opponent in battle cannot be reversed. The event states that you can have up to 5 copies of this card in your deck, and you cannot play this card if you do not have an Ainz character. Salvage a character, and then you give a character 1k power. Also, memory. If this card is in your memory at the start of your Encore step, if you have Sorcerer King Ainz in play, you could pay 1, ditch 1, burn 1. One more support card. Unexpected Effect Ainz states that at the start of your opponent's attack phase, you could pay 1, place the top card of your deck to your clock, and bounce this card back to your hand. Bounce one of your characters back to your hand. And if you are level 2 or higher, this card gains the following ability. Act, pay 1, ditch 1, send this card to the waiting room, play a Sorcerer Ainz from your hand to where this card was. Finally, the card in question's only effect is a Climax combo. When you play the exact same Climax as the level 1, I just don't want to say it again. If this card is in your front row and you have another character, you can heal 1 and choose one of the following effects. Burn 1. This card gains 2k power for the turn. Or choose up to 5 Black Young events from your waiting room and set them underneath this card as markers. Or put all markers underneath this card to your memory. And put up to X characters from your opponent's stage to the waiting room, where X is equal to the amount of cards sent to the memory by this effect. The Climax is a 1k1 and a gold bar when triggered. Alright, so what the hell is all this? I'm gonna break it down from the early game to the end game, your end goal basically. The level assist is nice and the event is basically free at that point. You can salvage any of the pieces from your combo using that event. Basically, there is no other way to send events to the memory, so you're basically going to be using them as ways to salvage during your early game. Grab the 0-0 eyes, grab the level assist, your level 1 combo, which is actually a pretty damn good combo as well. Finally, Overlord has a good level 1 combo. When the level assist in play, the event is basically any character that you need from your waiting room. So when you hit level 2, hopefully you salvaged all the pieces that you needed and you're able to play Unexpected Affected Eyes. This lets you early drop your 3-2. You are not super concerned about the bouncing effect, but hey, if it denies level 1 combos, it's fine by me. So you bounce this card back to your hand and then you play the eyes for half the stock and hand. Pro tip, don't ditch the event because the event is free with the level assist. You might as well just swap it out with like a character that you need. Now the Sorcerer King Eyes has only the Climax combo effect, yes, but damn, is that wild. Now both effects, because when you play the Climax, the 1-1 and the 3-2 both prop off at the same time, but there really isn't an issue in timing because, you know, kind of all just happens at the same time. Also, on top of that, your opponent doesn't really have a response during the Climax phase. The level assist is going to give the Ainz 4k5 power and the protection during your opponent's turn, not yours, so make sure you remember that. So in total, one Ainz is going to be given 6k power, with the Climax is going to gain 7k power, which is 16k5. Wow, that's huge. Now the 3/2 Ainz gets the 3 effects. You either marker all the events from your waiting room, or you send all those markers to the memory, dark hole your opponent's board, or burn 1 during the climax phase, and this gains 2k power. So the play is to early call the eyes, play the climax, get all the markers underneath this card, keep him alive because of the protection. You play another climax, send all the markers out, pop your opponent's board, and during the encore step, you burn 1 your opponent for game. That's how it's supposed to work. Now, some more experienced players can see one issue with this, and that is anti-early drop backups. The reason is because the protection is during your opponent's turn, not yours. So you do need to play with those in mind, and in this meta, we're constantly playing with rest counters in mind, but we're good players, so we see it from all angles. Also, don't crash the eyes. Don't do it. Keep him alive. Another flaw is that this is a 2-turn setup. The Ainz is most likely going to stay alive and on board with all the markers during your opponent's turn because the basically all around protection. But the one issue that I see is getting the second climax into your hand quickly. Now this is gold bar that we're talking about, so it's probably not going to be that hard. To rush the gold bars into your hand, you're going to need some twin drives and you need to attack with all your characters. Then that does open up your Ainz for the anti-early draw backups. Now, is this combo good? Well, I think it is. Then again, I'm the same guy that built Subaru and consistently plays it. I think it is, but there are some things that can go wrong. But there are also a lot of ways to get the combo pieces in your hand. You got the event, you got this cute boy being cute, and the level 1 combo are just a couple of those ways. Now, I am building this when it comes to English. When? And that is where we're going to end today's video. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Weiss Schwarz news and content. Good luck to all of my Atlanta friends and Springfest. Catch y'all in the next one.